Pythagorean Theorem. The Pythagorean Theorem can be used for two things. The first is to figure out the missing side in a right triangle. And the second is to determine if the given lengths form a right triangle. So here we have a right triangle. The two sides that form the right angle are the legs. And the third side, the side across from the right angle, is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is special. It's the longest side. The legs, we use the letters A and B. And it doesn't matter which leg you call A and which leg you call B. What does matter is that you call the hypotenuse C. The Pythagorean theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So let's go ahead and find the missing side in the right triangle, and we're going to round to the tenths. So write your formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. In this formula, there's going to be three things unknown, A, B, and C. They have to give you one less than the total. And in this case, the two variables that they gave you are the legs, the A and the B. So plug those in. 4 squared plus 5 squared equals C squared. 4 squared, 16, plus 25 equals C squared. Add 16 and 25, so 41 equals C squared. Solve for C. Opposite of squaring a number is to take the square root. So C equals, rounded to the nearest tenth, 6.4 centimeters. In the next triangle, we notice that B is what we're looking for. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. It does matter which number we plug in for the hypotenuse. We have to plug in the 25 as C. So 7 squared plus B squared equals 25 squared. 7 squared is 49 plus B squared equals 25 squared, 625. We want to get B by itself, so we're going to subtract 49 on both sides. So B squared equals 576. Solve for B, take the square root of both sides, and B equals 24 inches. Again, this is the first use for the Pythagorean theorem. The other use is to determine if the given sides form a right triangle. So the Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So what we need to do is take our measurements and plug them into the formula and see if we get a true statement on both sides. Well, remember that C is the longest side. So once again, it matters what number we plug in for the C, or the hypotenuse. And in this case, the 6.5 has to be our C. 2.5 and 6, doesn't matter which one goes in for A or which one goes in for B. So 2.5 squared plus 6 squared equals 6.5 squared. 2.5 squared is 6.25 plus 6 squared is 36 equals 6.5 times 6.5 is 42.25. We're not done yet. A lot of students want to stop right here. We want to keep working down our paper, and we need to add the 6.25 to the 36, and we get 42.25. Well, 42.25 does equal 42.25, true statement. So that means that these measurements do form a right triangle. All right, so let's try this one. 40 feet, 45 feet, and 30 feet. First, determine which is the longest side that we'll plug in for C, and that's going to be 45. So 40 squared plus 30 squared equals 45 squared. 40 squared, 1,600, plus 30 squared, 900, equals 45 squared, 2,025. Again, do not stop here. Add 1,600 and 900. 2,500 equals 2,025. This is not a true statement. These two numbers are not equal to each other, so that tells us that these measurements do not form a right angle or right triangle.